In this lecture, I will explain the calculation of number of microstates of classical ideal gas. What is the significance of this number of microstates? Once we have number of microstates, we can calculate entropy using Boltzmann entropy relation S equal to K log omega. Then through that, we can calculate the other thermodynamic parameters. So that is the whole idea of this class. Now we are considering an ideal gas system consisting of monoatomic molecules which are non-interacting also. Why we are considering this specified system? Because here we can calculate omega in an explicit manner. Even though the calculation is in the asymptotic limit, we can obtain an explicit equation for omega, the number of microstates, in terms of the number of particles of the system n and volume of the system v, energy of the system E. Also, most of the real gases behaves like ideal gas in the limiting case of high temperature and low density. At high temperature and low density, most of the real gases behave like ideal gas. That is why we are considering this system for the calculation of number of microstates. Now, before going into the detailed calculation of omega, here we are considering just the dependence of omega on volume. Okay, for that, consider we have a single particle. Okay, we have only one particle occupying the volume V. This is, suppose this is the volume. You can partition this volume into small elements such that this molecule or this particle can occupy each of this partition. All the partitions are equally probable for the particle. So the number of ways in which this particle can occupy this volume is definitely directly proportional to volume. As the volume increases, the number of partitions will increase. So the number of ways in which this particle can distribute will also increase. So omega 1 VE, because we have only one particle occupying a volume E, suppose that particle has an energy say epsilon, then omega 1 V epsilon is proportional to V, is proportional to V. Suppose we have two particles, then since they are non-interacting, the second particle can occupy any of this site independently. Independently, it will not affect the position of the first particle. Okay, there are as many options for the second particles also as the first particle. Okay, first particle എത്ര options ഉണ്ടോ അതേപോലെ second particle ഉണ്ടാവും. So the second particle, the number of microstates is also proportional to V. Since they are independent, total number of microstates of both the particle will be V into V, V square. If we have n particles, the number of microstates omega n VE, total n particles, V volume, total energy E. That will be, of course, proportional to V raised to n because the n particles are non-interacting. Then the total number will be the product of n V's, that is V raised to n. Now, entropy S is equal to K log omega. Since we are considering only V dependence, this omega I can write it as some constant into V raised to n. Okay, this constant may depend on n and e, but with respect to V, this is a constant. So k log c V raised to n, it is k log c plus nk log V, because log ab is log a plus log b. Also log a raised to b is b log a. I used those two relations here. Once we have S, we can calculate P by T. Pressure by temperature is dou S by dou V at constant N and E. So substitute for S, K log C plus Nk log V. Derivative with respect to V. First term is constant, so derivative is 0. Second term is Nk into log V, derivative is 1 by V. So you will get P by T is equal to Nk by V, and that is PV equal to Nkt. Suppose we have n moles of gas. What is the meaning of 1 mole? 1 mole of any gas consists of Avogadro number of molecules. Avogadro number is 6.023 into 10 to the power 23. So we have capital N is equal to small n into Na. Capital N is the total number of molecules in the container. we are considering it as n moles, so that number will be n into Na. Substituting back in this expression for n, you will get PV equal to n Na kT. For one mole ideal, for n moles of ideal gas, we already have ideal gas equation PV is equal to nRT. So comparing these two, we can write R as Na into K. So Na is equal, or K is equal to R divided by Na. So we obtained an expression for Boltzmann constant in terms of other physical constants. That is one relevance of this procedure. We can write Boltzmann constant in terms of other physical constants. We can obtain the value of Boltzmann constant as 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joules per Kelvin. Okay, because we already know the value of R and Na. So we obtained the ideal gas equation as well as a relation for Boltzmann constant. Now we are going to calculate the number of microstates explicitly. We already mentioned in the second lecture that the number of microstates are actually the solutions of Schrodinger equation. So now we are going to solve Schrodinger equation in 3 dimension for particle in a box. Okay, particle in a cube of side length L, a single particle. You can write the Schrodinger equation as h cap psi is equal to E psi for epsilon psi. Let epsilon be the energy of that single particle. Here it is a free particle, so a Hamiltonian is p square by 2m. So the corresponding operator is p cap square divided by 2m psi equal to p psi. And the momentum operator p cap is nothing but minus ih cut del, minus ih cut del. Substitute here, you will get it as del square psi plus 2me by h cut square psi equal to 0. You can replace this 2me divided by h cut square as k square. So the Schrodinger equation is del square psi plus k square psi equal to 0. Okay. Where k is root 2m epsilon divided by h cut, or it is equal to p by h cut. What is the solution of this equation? Solution of this equation depends obviously on the boundary condition. We can have two boundary conditions. First one is Dirichlet boundary condition, which says that the wave function itself vanish at boundary. Okay, boundary means the walls of the cube. So using Dirichlet boundary condition, we can write psi of r as proportional to sine nx pi x by L, sine ny pi y by L, sine nz pi z by L. Where nx, ny, nz are quantum numbers, they can take values only 1, 2, 3, etc. 0 is not allowed. That is the important point. For a Dirichlet boundary condition problem, 0 is not allowed because the solutions includes sign. If you put nx, ny or nz, anyone is 0, then your wave function will vanish. Okay, so 0 is not allowed. But if you consider Newman boundary condition, that is the normal derivative of wave function, the boundary is 0. Okay, wave function itself vanishes at the boundary is called the Dirichlet boundary condition. Derivative of wave function vanishes at boundary is called the Newman boundary condition. Then the solution will be of the form psi of r is equal to cos nx pi x by L, cos ny pi y by L, cos nz pi y by L. Then if you take derivative, this becomes sine, and at the boundary this will vanish. Okay, so for Newman boundary condition, solution contains cos terms. So here nx, ny, nz can take values 0, 1, 2, etc. For the Dirichlet boundary condition problem, the quantum numbers can have only 1, 2, 3, etc. Here for Newman boundary condition problem, nx, ny, nz can take value 0 as well. Okay, so 0 is allowed. What is k square here? So actually the solution is something like kx x sine ky y sine kz z etc. So kx is nx pi by L, ky is ny pi by L, kz is nz pi by L. So it is k square. You can write it as pi square by L square, nx square plus ny square plus nz square. Details you already studied in quantum mechanics, particle in 3-dimensional box. So this is the value of k square. Now we already have k square as 2m epsilon by h cut square. So you can substitute the value of k square here. So solving, you can write epsilon as h square divided by 8ml square into nx square plus ny square plus nz square. This is the energy eigenvalue of a particle in a cube of side length L. Okay, if you have a single particle in a cubical box of side length L, it can take energy values only this. Okay, nx, ny, nz can take values 1, 2, 3, etc. if it is a Dirichlet boundary condition problem. Nx, ny, nz can take 0 as well if it is a Newman boundary condition problem. Okay, now suppose we are considering a particle of fixed energy E, because if we are considering a particle of fixed energy E, then we can say that only this particular set of nx, ny, nz values are allowed for such a particle. If you are fixing E and you are looking for the values of nx, ny, nz which satisfies this equation, nx square plus ny square plus nz square equal to 8ml square E divided by h square. Okay, only the numbers nx, ny, nz, or these numbers should be positive integer values. Okay, that is our condition from the wave function. This should be positive integer values. So only those positive integer values which satisfies this equation, is possible for a particle of energy epsilon. എപ്സിലോൺ എനർജി ഉള്ള ഒരു പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ ആണെങ്കിൽ അതിന് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇക്വേഷൻ സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്ന എൻ എക്സ്, എൻ വൈ, എൻ സെഡ്, അത് ഇന്റിജർ വാല്യൂസ് എടുത്തിട്ട് ഈ ഇക്വേഷൻ സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്ന എത്ര പോസിബിലിറ്റി ഉണ്ടോ അത്രയും ആണ് അതിന്റെ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതിലെ ക്വാണ്ടം കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ഒബേ ചെയ്യുന്ന രീതിയിൽ എത്ര പോസിബിൾ വാല്യൂസ് എടുക്കാം എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങൾ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഒരു പാർട്ടിക്കിളിനെയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, വി ആർ കൺസിഡറിങ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ in a box, a single particle in a box. We solved the Schrodinger equation and we could obtain a relation for energy like this. These are the possible energy eigenvalues. But we are fixing this E. Okay, nammal ee energy fix cheyam. Once we energy fix cheyidal h square, 8m, l square idellam constant aanu. Then you can find what are the possible values of nx, ny, nz. This can take only positive integral values. For some combinations of positive integral values, you can have the same epsilon value. Etra anganathe set of values undennu identify cheya. That will give you the value of number of microstates of a single particle of occupying a volume V and having an energy epsilon. Okay. So omega 1 V epsilon is the number of positive integral solutions of this equation. I will explain that. What is this equation? Nx square plus ny square plus nz square. Itrayum quantity 8ml square epsilon by h square, you call it as epsilon star. Then this is nothing but equation like x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r square. This is equation of a sphere. Equation of sphere of radius r. Then we can say that if we consider a sphere of radius root e star, the number of possible set of integers nx, ny, nz values are the number of microstates. Okay, nx, ny, nz integer values ആവുന്ന എത്ര പോയിന്റ്സ് ആ സർഫസിൽ ഉണ്ടോ, ആ സ്ഫിയറിന്റെ റൂട്ട് എപ്സിലോൺ സ്റ്റാർ റേഡിയസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്ഫിയറിന്റെ സർഫസിൽ ഉണ്ടോ, അതായിരിക്കും ടോട്ടൽ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ്. ഞാനൊരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ പറയാം. എപ്സിലോൺ സ്റ്റാർ 81 ആണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മളുടെ ഇക്വേഷൻ എന്താ വരിക എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ nx സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് ny സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് nz സ്ക്വയർ is equal to 81. ഇത് സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്ന nx, ny, nz പോസിറ്റീവ് ഇൻറ്റിജർ ആവുന്ന കേസസ്. nx 1 ആവുന്നു, ny 4 ആവുന്നു, nz 8 ആവുന്നു. Then you will get 1 square plus 4 square plus 8 square as 81. Now you have nx is equal to 1, ny is equal to 8, nz is equal to 4. So this will also give me an 81. So there are total 6 possibilities. There are total 6 set of positive integral solutions, and hence the number of microstates omega 1 v. ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ ഇയുടെ വാല്യൂ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത് എ സ്റ്റാർ 81 വരത്തക്ക രീതിയിലാണ്, ആൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്സ് നമ്പർ ഈസ് 6. സിമിലർലി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇ സ്റ്റാർ എത്രയാണെന്ന് അറിയാമെങ്കിൽ അതിന് കറസ്പോണ്ടിങ് ആയിട്ട് എൻ എക്സ് സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് എൻ വൈ സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് എൻ സെഡ് സ്ക്വയർ ഈക്വൽ ടു ഇ സ്റ്റാർ വരത്തക്ക രീതിയിൽ എൻ എക്സ് എൻ വൈ എൻ സെഡ് ഇൻറ്റിജർ വാല്യൂസ് എടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ എന്ന് നോക്കുക. അങ്ങനെ എത്ര സെറ്റ് ഉണ്ടോ അതായിരിക്കും നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത് ഒരു പാർട്ടിക്കിളിന്റെ കാര്യമാണ്, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഒമേഗ 1 വി എപ്സിലോൺ എഴുതിയത്. നമുക്ക് 2 പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക. ഇഫ് യു ഹാവ് 2 പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് വിത്ത് എനർജീസ് എപ്സിലോൺ 1 ആൻഡ് എപ്സിലോൺ 2, അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് ഒമേഗ ഓഫ് 2, വി, എനർജി എപ്സിലോൺ 1 പ്ലസ് എപ്സിലോൺ 2 വിൽ ബി number of positive integral solutions of equation എന്താവും? 2 പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ ഉണ്ട്. nx1 സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് ny1 സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് nz1 സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് nx2 സ്ക്വയർ ny2 സ്ക്വയർ പ്ലസ് nz2 സ്ക്വയർ. ഇത്രയും ഭാഗം സെക്കൻഡ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ. ദിസ് ഈസ് ഫോർ ഫസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ. റൈറ്റ് ഹാൻഡ് സൈഡ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആഡ് ചെയ്യാം. 8ml സ്ക്വയർ e1 ബൈ h സ്ക്വയർ ഫസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിക്കിളിന്റെ, 8ml സ്ക്വയർ e2 ബൈ h സ്ക്വയർ സെക്കൻഡ് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ. So if you have n particles in a volume V and energy E, then omega nVe is equal to number of independent positive integral solutions of the equation. Equation എങ്ങനെയാവും? Sigma r is equal to 1 to 3n. സമ്മേഷനകത്ത് എത്ര ടൈം വരെ പോകും? 3n. ഒറ്റ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ ഉള്ളപ്പോൾ 3 ടേം ഉണ്ട്. nx square plus ny square plus nz square. If you have 2 particles, there are 6 terms. 2 into 3. If you have 3 particles, there will be 9 terms. 3 into 3. If you have n particles, there will be 3n terms. R is equal to 1 to 3n. nr square equal to 8m v raised to 2 by 3. What is v raised to 2 by 3? Here you have L square. What is L square? L cube is v. So L is v raised to 1 by 3. For a cube, volume is L cube, it is v. So L is v raised to 1 by 3. So L square is v raised to 2 by 3. That is why I put, instead of L square in this equation, I put here as v raised to 2 by 3. Into E, total energy. This is sum of 2 particle energies. If you have n particles, the total energy is capital E divided by h square. This entire time, 8m v raised to 2 by 3 E by s square, call it as E star. Okay. So, this is the number of microstates. Number of microstates is the independent positive integral solutions of this equation. എത്ര സൊല്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടോ ആ എണ്ണമാണ് നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മൈക്രോസ്റ്റേറ്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ആ എണ്ണം ഇപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് പോകുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ വേറെ ഒരു കാര്യം നമുക്ക് ഇതിൽ നിന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അതാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇനി നോക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, we have S equal to K log omega. This is Boltzmann entropy relation. V and E in the expression for omega. Omega is number of positive integral solutions satisfying this equation. This equation contains E and V in a specific form. It is E into V raised to 2 by 3. ഇയുടെയും വിയുടെയും ഡിപ്പെൻഡൻസ് വരുന്ന ടേമുകൾ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കോമ്പിനേഷനിലാണ് കിടക്കുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ കെ ലോഗ് ഒമേഗ എടുത്ത് കിട്ടുന്ന എസിലും വിയും ഇയും കൂടെയുള്ള കോമ്പിനേഷൻ ഈ ഒരു ഫോർമാറ്റിലേ വരുള്ളൂ. സോ എൻട്രോപ്പി വിൽ ഓൾസോ ബി എ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ ഓഫ് not just V and E, but it is a combination of V raised to 2 by 3 E. Okay, ഇയും വിയും അതിൽ ഒക്കൂർ ചെയ്യുക ഈ ഒരു ഫോമിലായിരിക്കും, V raised to 2 by 3 E. Okay, so S is a function of n, V raised to 2 by 3 E എന്നുള്ളത്. Now consider a reversible adiabatic process. What is reversible adiabatic process? The process for which entropy is a constant. Okay, for an irreversible process, entropy will increase. For a reversible adiabatic process, S is a constant and N is also a constant. S ഉം N ഉം constant ആണെങ്കിൽ, that means E raised to V, E into V raised to 2 by 3, E into V raised to 2 by 3 will also be a constant. ഇതാണ് S ന്റെ എക്സ്പ്രഷൻ. ഇതിനകത്ത് S കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ്, N ഉം കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് ആണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി കോൺസ്റ്റന്റ് ആയിരിക്കണം. V raised to 2 by 3 E, S constant. അതിൽ നിന്ന് E equal to constant divided by V raised to 2 by 3 എന്ന് എഴുതാം. We already have this equation in lecture 2 of statistical mechanics. P is equal to minus dou E by dou V of fixed N and S. Substitute this E value here, take the derivative with respect to V, you will get it as plus 2 by 3 C V raised to minus 5 by 3. V raised to minus 5 by 3 denominator, it will be V raised to 5 by 3. It is nothing but V into V raised to 2 by 3. This C divided by V raised to 2 by 3 is energy. So it is 2E by 3V, or it is 2 by 3 into E by V. What is E by V? Energy density. So pressure is equal to 2 by 3 times energy density. This is an important relation. Pressure is 2 by 3 times energy density. Now we have E is equal to 3 by 2 PV, E equal to 3 by 2 PV. Substitute in this expression, V raised to 2 by 3 E equal to constant. So V raised to 2 by 3 into 3 by 2 PV equal to constant. That is PV raised to 5 by 3 is a constant. 2 by 3 plus 1. What is V raised to 2 by 3? This is V raised to 1. So V raised to 5 by 3. PV raised to 5 by 3 is a constant. So for adiabatic process, we already knew the relation PV raised to gamma is a constant. For adiabatic process, PV raised to gamma is a constant. Here we are considering monoatomic molecules. For that, CV is 3 by 2 R and CP is 5 by 2 R. Gamma is nothing but CP by CV, so it is 5 by 3. So we all obtained the adiabatic process relation, PV raised to 5 by 3 equal to constant. Also relation between pressure and energy density. Okay. So without calculating explicitly the value of omega, we could obtain these relations. Still, we didn't calculate omega explicitly. Okay. From the dependence of E and V, we made some conclusions. Now we are going to calculate explicitly the value of omega. So omega NVE, N particle system, V volume, total energy E, omega NVE or omega N of E star, because V and E combined in a particular fashion and we called atom V raised to 2 by 3 E by H square as E star. So I can call this function as omega n. I denoted the n dependence as suffix and V and E dependence combined together to form E star. So omega n E star and omega of NVE are same. They are actually the number of positive integral lattice points lying on the surface of a 3n dimensional sphere of radii root E star. Because if you have omega 1 V epsilon, it is the number of lattice points on the surface of a three-dimensional sphere. Because here you have a three-dimensional sphere, x square plus y square plus z square equal to r square, or nx square plus ny square plus nz square is equal to root E star square. This is a three-dimensional sphere. But for n particles, we have this equation, sigma r is equal to 1 to 3n. So this is a sphere in 3n dimensional space, not a 3-dimensional space, but 3n dimensional space. So if you consider a sphere on the 3n dimensional space with radius root E star, then omega of NVE is the number of positive integral lattice points lying on the surface. Okay. Now, I will make a statement here. This number is an extremely irregular function of E star. This number is an extremely irregular function of E star. What does it mean? You consider a simple two-dimensional case. Okay, you consider a simple two-dimensional case. Visualize ചെയ്യാൻ എളുപ്പത്തിനാണ് two-dimensional case എടുത്തത്. Here you have x and y. Then the equation is something like x square plus y square is equal to r square. You consider a sphere of radius 5. That is the red one. Red one. Okay, not sphere. It is a circle. Circle of radius 5. So in terms of nx and ny, I can write it as nx square plus ny square is equal to 5 square. Nx square plus ny square is equal to 5 square. The red one. How many points are there, how many integer values, okay, not simply any ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു വാല്യൂ അല്ല എൻ എക്സിനും എൻ വൈക്കും വേണ്ടത്, യു ഷുഡ് ടേക്ക് ഇന്റിജർ വാല്യൂസ്. ഇത് 5 സ്ക്വയർ വരത്തക്ക രീതിയിൽ എൻ എക്സിനും എൻ വൈക്കും എത്ര ഇന്റിജർ വാല്യൂസ് ഉണ്ട്? എൻ എക്സ് 3 ആവാം, എൻ വൈ 4 ആവാം, or nx equal to 4, ny equal to 3. So there are two possibilities, two microstates in the world. So that points here I marked in blue dots. These 2 points are on the surface of this area or circle. If you take an energy which is slightly less than 5, here this 5 is instead of your energy, okay, instead of root E star you have 5, so that is a measure of energy. If you take a slightly different energy, a slightly lower energy, then there is no points on this circle which satisfies nx and ny as integer. If you take it as say 4.8, okay, radius is 4.8, then here it will be 4.8 square. You cannot find any nx, integer nx and ny which satisfies that equation. There is no such points. If you take an energy which is slightly greater than 5, then also there is no points on this sphere which satisfies an integer values for nx and ny. So a slight variation in E itself produce an irregular nature or irregular uh, nature for that number. Here for energy is equal to 5, you got the number as 2. There are 2 solutions, 2 microstates. But if you take a slightly different energy, the number is 0. So that nature is highly irregular. Okay. This is a simple example in 2 dimension. The original case is in 3n dimensional sphere of radii root E star. If you vary E star slightly, the number will vary very much. That is, it is a highly irregular function of E star. Now, what is the possible way to get out of this? You consider the number of positive integral lattice points lying on or within the surface of a 3n dimensional sphere. Actually, we mentioned that it should be on the surface of a sphere, positive integral lattice point lying on the surface of a sphere. But now that restriction is removed and we are considering the number of positive integral lattice points lying on or within the surface of a 3n dimensional sphere of radius root E star. Then in a similar manner, we expressed omega n of E star. Here I can write it as sigma n of E star, which is nothing but sigma of n comma v comma e. Now, what is this sigma? The sigma of nv is sum over all energy values up to E. It is not just this particular energy. Okay, outer energy മാത്രമല്ല, ഇതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള എല്ലാ എനർജി വാല്യൂസും, ഇതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും എണ്ണുകയാണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക. നിങ്ങളിപ്പോൾ ഇതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും ഉണ്ട്. ഈ ബ്ലൂവിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ എത്ര പോയിന്റ്സ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് നിങ്ങൾ എണ്ണുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഒരു പോയിന്റ്, നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്റിജർ വാല്യൂസ് വരുന്നതാണ് കേട്ടോ. ഈ ഗ്രാഫിന്റെ ഈ കൃത്യം ഇന്റർസെക്ഷനിൽ ഞാനിത് മാർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഇന്റിജർ വാല്യൂസ് മാത്രമേ പറ്റൂ എന്നുള്ളത് കൊണ്ടാണ്. ഇങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾ നമ്പർ മാർക്ക് ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇപ്പൊ കിട്ടിയ നമ്പർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 13 ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, 13. ഈ ബ്ലൂവിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ വരുന്ന നമ്പർ ഓഫ് പോയിന്റ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് 13. ഈ റെഡിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ വരുന്ന നമ്പർ ഓഫ് പോയിന്റ്സ് ഓൺ ദ സർഫസ് കൂടെ കൂട്ടുകയാണ് 13 2 15. ഈ ഗ്രീൻ എടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് 15. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ വരുന്ന ഫ്ലക്ച്വേഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് വളരെ കുറവാണ്. നിങ്ങൾ എനർജി വളരെ ചെറുതായിട്ട് മാറുമ്പോൾ ഈ നമ്പറിൽ വരുന്ന വ്യത്യാസം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് കുറവാണ്, കമ്പയർഡ് ടു ദ നമ്പർ വിച്ച് യു കൺസിഡർ ഓൺലി ഓൺ ദ സർഫസ്. സർഫസിലെ മാത്രം കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം നോക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഉള്ളിലുള്ള എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും നിങ്ങൾ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഈയുടെ ചെറിയ വേരിയേഷൻ വരുന്ന സമയത്ത് ആ നമ്പറിന് വരുന്ന ഫ്ലക്ച്വേഷൻസ് നെഗ്ലിജിബിളി സ്മോൾ ആയിരിക്കും. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കാര്യം സർഫസിലുള്ള ലാറ്റിസ് പോയിന്റ്സ് മാത്രം കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യം ഉള്ളിലുള്ള എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യും. സോ sigma n E star is the number of positive integral lattice points lying on or within the surface of 3n dimensional sphere of radius root E star. Okay. So if you consider this number, then it will be much regular compared to omega. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇവിടെ എടുക്കുന്നത് ഈ ഒമേഗ വാല്യൂസ് എല്ലാ എനർജി വാല്യൂസും 0 മുതൽ അപ് ടു ഇ വരെയുള്ള എല്ലാ എനർജി വാല്യൂസിലുള്ള ഈ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഇതേപോലെയുള്ള സർക്കിൾസ് വരയ്ക്കുക, അതിലുള്ള എല്ലാ പോയിന്റ്സും എണ്ണുക എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇഫക്റ്റീവ്ലി ഏറ്റവും പുറത്തുള്ളതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള ഈ നമ്പറുകളെല്ലാം എണ്ണുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് സിഗ്മ ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് എ മച്ച് റെഗുലർ ഫംഗ്ഷൻ. But the interesting point is the thermodynamics of the system will follow equally well from sigma. ഒമേഗ വെച്ച് കിട്ടുന്ന അതേ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസ് തന്നെയാണ്, അതേ തെർമോഡൈനാമിക്സ് തന്നെയാണ് നമുക്ക് സിഗ്മ വെച്ച് ചെയ്താലും കിട്ടുക. സോ വി ആർ ഗോയിങ് ടു കാൽക്കുലേറ്റ് സിഗ്മ ഇൻസ്റ്റെഡ് ഓഫ് ഒമേഗ. Now, in the asymptotic limit, what is mean by asymptotic limit? Epsilon star tends to infinity. Okay, this energy tends to infinity ആവുന്ന ലിമിറ്റിനെയാണ് അസിംപ്റ്റോട്ടിക് ലിമിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറയുക. അസിംപ്റ്റോട്ടിക് ലിമിറ്റിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആ നമ്പർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങളൊരു 3-dimensional കേസ് ആണ് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ സിഗ്മ 1 ആണ് എടുക്കുന്നത്. 1 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒറ്റ പാർട്ടിക്കിളേ ഉള്ളൂ. സോ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി എ 3-dimensional സർഫസ്. ഓക്കെ, n പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ 3n dimensional സ്ഫിയർ എന്നാണ് പറയുക. ഒരു പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ ഉള്ളെങ്കിൽ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് എ 3-dimensional സ്ഫിയർ. 3-dimensional സ്ഫിയറിന്റെ വോളിയം 4/3 പൈ ഇൻറ്റു റേഡിയസ് ക്യൂബ് ആണ്. റേഡിയസ് റൂട്ട് ഇ സ്റ്റാർ ആണ്. അതിന്റെ 1/8 മാത്രം എടുക്കുന്നത് എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്? വി ആർ കൺസിഡറിങ് ഓൺലി 1/8 ഓഫ് ദ ടോട്ടൽ വോളിയം ബിക്കോസ് വി ആർ സെർച്ചിങ് ഓൺലി ഫോർ ദി പോസിറ്റീവ് ഇന്റഗ്രൽ വാല്യൂസ്. ഓക്കെ, പോസിറ്റീവ് ഇന്റഗ്രൽ വാല്യൂസ് ഒക്കർ ഓൺലി ഇൻ ദി വൺ ഓഫ് ദി ഒക്ടന്റ്. ഓക്കെ, nx-ഉം ny-ഉം nz-ഉം പോസിറ്റീവ് ആകുന്ന ഒക്ടന്റ്, അതായത് 1/8 റീജിയനിൽ മാത്രമാണ് പോസിറ്റീവ് വാല്യൂസ് വരുന്നത്. So 1/8 of the volume of a sphere, that will give you pi/6 into epsilon star raised to 3/2. This is the value of sigma 1 of E star in the asymptotic limit. Okay, why this condition that I will explain later. Now you can write limit epsilon star tends to infinity sigma 1 of E star divided by pi/6 E star raised to 3/2 is equal to 1. Okay, you can take this to the left hand side and this ratio should be 1. Now for Dirichlet boundary condition there is a correction term of minus 3 pi/8 E star, and for Newman boundary condition there is a correction term, first order correction term of plus 3 pi/8 E star. What is this correction terms? For explaining that, again I consider a simple illustration. Consider a 2-dimensional case. Instead of 3-dimensional case, consider a 2-dimensional case. Here I have a circle of radius 4. Radius 4. I will count all the number of points which have integral values of nx and ny. Here you have ny, here you have nx. These are integer values 1, 2, 3, etc. These are integer values 1, 2, 3, etc. So how many number of points are there on and inside this sphere of radius, not sphere, circle of radius 4? Positive values only. Okay, that is only 1/4 of this region. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That number is shown here, 8. What is the area? 1/4 of the area of this circle. It is 1/4 into pi r square. R is here 4. So pi into 16. So this is 12.56. 12.56. Now you can consider points for which either nx or ny is 0. nx or ny 0 ആവുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ രണ്ടും 0 ആവുന്ന പോയിന്റ്സും കൂടെ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുകയാണെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുക. 0 ആവുന്ന പോയിന്റ്സും കൂടെ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 points more. Okay, so total number of points, if you are including nx equal to 0 and ny equal to 0, then the total number of points will be 17. If you are excluding these cases, nx or ny 0, that is called Dirichlet boundary condition. We already mentioned what are Dirichlet and what are Newman boundary condition. In Dirichlet boundary condition, nx, ny, nz cannot be 0. 0 is not allowed. But in Newman boundary condition, 0 is allowed. 0 is allowed. Okay, so consider this figure. Without having 0, this 8 that will represent this term minus 3 pi by 8 e star, and with this points with the nx or ny 0, that is 17, will give you uh, this term with the plus 3 pi by 8 e star, this correction term of positive, this is correction term of negative. Then what is this term? Instead of this first term, you have 1 by 4 of area of this circle, that is 12.56. Okay, I think it is clear. Instead of pi by 6 e star raised to 3 by 2. This is 1 by 8 of volume of sphere. Here I consider a two-dimensional case. So 1 by 4 of area of circle. And the edge correction, if you include the zero values of nx and ny, then you will get a plus something, 12.56 plus something, that you will get 17. If you are not considering this points nx or ny 0, then you will get 8. Okay, that is the case with these three equations. One is without any correction. If you are excluding the points on the x and y axis, that is either nx or ny 0, then you will get this one, otherwise you will get this one. I will explain more. Here you consider a case with radius 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Then the number of points on or inside without considering nx or ny 0 is 4 plus 4 plus 4 12 plus 3 15. 1 by 4 of area is 19.625. If you are counting the zeros on either nx 0 or ny 0, that points, then you will get 11 more points, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Then you will get 26. Okay, this is the center one. This is without considering zeros, this is with considering zeros, that is Newman boundary condition. Then if I increase the radius further, you will get 22, 28.26 and 35. If you increase the radius further, you will get 30, 38.465, 45. If you increase the radius further, you will get 41, 50.24, 58. Okay, that's it. So when your radius increases, what happens to this number? ഇവിടെയുള്ള വേരിയേഷൻ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക. ആദ്യത്തെ കേസ് നോക്കുക, 8ഉം 12ഉം ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, ആക്ച്വൽ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് പോയിന്റ്സ് ഇൻസൈഡ് 8 ആണ്. ഇവിടെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏരിയയുടെ 1/4 എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ 12 ആണ് കിട്ടുന്നത്. So the error is almost 57%. Instead of counting the number, if you are taking the area, you will end up with an error of 57%. But if you increase the radius, that error comes down to 30.83. Then that comes down to 28.45. Then that comes down to 23.1. Okay. Unfortunately, this is the maximum radius I can draw in this board. If you increase the radius further and further, and in the limit radius tends to infinity, this error will be very small, and you can take the 1/4 of the area, as the number of microstates. This is the case with 2 dimension. Now, what about 3 dimension? For 3 dimension, we are considering 1 by 8 of volume of a sphere. You are considering the octant of the nx, ny, nz, all are positive. Nx, ny, nz, all are positive. So it is 1 by 8 the total volume of a sphere. That will give you a pi by 6 e star raised to 3 by 2. Then what is the correction? Instead of counting nx, either nx or ny 0 along a line, here you have 3 surfaces. This is nx nz surface, this is nx ny surface, this is ny nz surface. On this surface, either nx or ny or nz, anyone will be 0. Okay, ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് 0 ആയിരിക്കും. So you have to subtract the area of these portions. These are all circles. Here we have 3 circles. So 3 into pi into root e star, that is the radius of the circle, square. Okay, that will give you a 3 pi e star. So 1 by 8 into volume of sphere minus the number of points on this areas will give you this equation. Pi by 6 E star raised to 3 by 2 minus 3 by 8 pi epsilon star. That is this equation. Okay. Hope it is clear. Now I will show you a graph which is given in Patria's textbook. Okay, regarding this number of microstates for Newman and Dirichlet boundary conditions. There is the graph. Okay, you can see here three straight lines. One is pi by 6 E star raised to 3 by 2, that is 1 by 8 of volume of the three-dimensional sphere, and its correction minus 3 pi by 8 E star, that is this dotted line, and plus 3 pi by 8 E star, that is the dotted line, straight line on the uh, above. Okay, on above. So this solid line is without any correction, that is the volume, entire volume, 1 by 8 of the volume of three-dimensional sphere of radius root E star. This is subtracting the surface corrections, that is neglecting the values nx, ny, nz, any of them as 0. Okay, if you are not considering the values nx, ny, nz zeros, that is means Dirichlet boundary condition. So this dotted line is for Dirichlet boundary condition, and this dotted line is for Newman boundary condition. That is considering the cases with nx or ny or nz is 0. Now this is a histogram. This is a histogram. This shows the actual number of microstates. This shows the actual number of microstates. This is the case for Dirichlet boundary condition, and this is for Newman boundary condition. Okay, and the interesting thing is that if you increase E star in the asymptotic limit, that is in the limit E star tends to infinity, E star raised to 3 by 2 term will dominate over E star term. This is E star raised to 1.5. So I can write pi by 6 E star raised to 3 by 2 minus or plus 3 by 8 pi epsilon star approximately as pi by 6 E star raised to 3 by 2. We are not considering this correction terms in the asymptotic limit. Okay. In the starting of this lecture, I already mentioned that even though the ideal gas, the problem of finding the number of microstates in the case of ideal gas is uh, straightforward, or even though you will get an explicit relation, you will get only in the asymptotic limit. You will get only in the asymptotic limit. So in the limit epsilon star tends to infinity, you can neglect these n corrections and you can take this relation. You can find the number of microstates. Now our aim is to find the volume of a 3n dimensional sphere. First I will calculate the volume of a 3-dimensional sphere. Suppose the equation of sphere is x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square is equal to r square. Okay, so my axes are x1, x2, x3. The equation of sphere is x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square is equal to r square, where r is the radius of the sphere. I want to find an expression for the volume of the sphere. You can take the volume element, infinitesimal volume element, as dx1, dx2, dx3. Then just integrate this volume element to get the total volume. Provided you have to take this condition, this sigma I equal to 1 to 3 xi square, that is x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square, less than or equal to r square. You have to integrate from the value of x1, x2, x3 from 0 to this limit. Okay, x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square should be the maximum value is r square and the minimum value is 0. So from 0 to r square you have to integrate this. This is the total volume. Now of course this volume will be proportional to r cube because there are three length, and that product will definitely proportional to r cube. So I can write it as V is equal to C r cube, some constant into r cube. Now, taking differential of this, I can write a dv. dv is equal to C into what is r cube differential? It is 3r square dr. Now, a volume element, I can always write it as some surface area into length element. Okay, this is a volume. Volume is always a surface into a length. So I can identify this 3cr square as a surface, S of r, surface area, S of r into dr. This is dv. Okay, now we have a standard expression. Integral minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus x square dx is root 2 pi. Okay. This is a standard integral. Okay. Then take such three integrals: e raised to minus x1 square dx1, minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus x2 square dx2, integral minus infinity to infinity e raised to minus x3 square dx3. Then root 2 pi will come three times, root 2 pi into root 2 pi into root 2 pi. Left hand side I can write it as e raised to minus of x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square into dx1 dx2 dx3. That is equal to right hand side is pi raised to 3 pi. But what is this x1 square plus x2 square plus x3 square? It is nothing but r square. So that is e raised to minus r square. Now instead of doing all these integrals on dx1 dx2 dx3, you can take this volume dv and you can have only single integration variable, and that variable will vary from 0 to infinity. Okay, if you are taking x1 square, x2 square, x3 square in a limit minus infinity to infinity, for getting that limit, this r should vary from 0 to infinity. So 0 to infinity e raised to minus r square into this volume element, 3c r square dr. So that is equal to 3c is constant. You can take it outside. The other thing, we have the expression for gamma function 2 into integral 0 to infinity e raised to minus x square x raised to 2z minus 1 dx is gamma z. So compare this. Instead of x you have r, instead of z 2z minus 1 you have 2. So 2z minus 1 equal to 2, z is equal to 3 by 2. So this is nothing but gamma 3 by 2. But there is difference of 2. Okay, ഇവിടെ ഒരു 2 ഉണ്ട് definition. Here there is no 2. So you have to divide it with 2. That is right hand side is 3c half gamma 3 by 2. But this is a standard expression. Gamma z plus 1 is z gamma z. So gamma 3 by 2 is half gamma half. Okay, gamma z plus 1 is z gamma z. So gamma 3 by 2 is half gamma half. ഇവിടെ ഒരു ഹാഫ് ഓൾറെഡി ഉണ്ട്. So these two half becomes 1 by 4. Gamma half is root 2 pi. Okay, these are all standard integrals. Gamma half is root 2 pi. So that root 2 pi and this pi raised to 3 by 2, one of the root will cancel. Then remaining is pi. So you will get C as 4 by 3 pi. Pi raised to 3 by 2, pi raised to half multiply baki pi and now. So C is 4 by 3 pi. That is, you obtained the volume of a sphere as 4 by 3 pi into r cube. V is C r cube and you can write S as 3c r square, 3 into 4 by 3 pi into r square, and that is nothing but 4 pi r square. So this is the volume and the area of a three-dimensional sphere. Three-dimensional sphere. Now we will calculate the volume of n-dimensional sphere. For n-dimensional sphere, you just replace 3 with n. We already calculated for a three-dimensional sphere. So just to replace the 3 in all this equation with n. So V proportional to R cube becomes V proportional to R raised to n. V is equal to C R cube becomes V equal to C R raised to n. And C, there we obtained as C is equal to pi raised to 3 by 2. Okay, one side pi raised to 3 by 2. Instead of that, you will have pi raised to n by 2. And instead of 3, this 3, you have here n half gamma n by 2. Earlier you have half gamma 3 by 2, that becomes half gamma n by 2. and denominator is n by 2 gamma n by 2, n by 2 gamma n by 2. We have the definition z gamma z is gamma z plus 1, it is z factorial. So n by 2 gamma n by 2 is gamma n by 2 plus 1, and that is n by 2 factorial. That is the value of C. Substituting for C, you will get V, volume as pi raised to n by 2 divided by n by 2 factorial into r raised to n. Surface area is NC r raised to n minus 1, and you will get it as 2 pi raised to n by 2 r raised to n minus 1 divided by gamma n by 2. Okay, we need only volume. Okay, now our case is a 3n dimensional sphere of radii root E star. Okay, we are going to calculate the number of microstates, and it is equal to the positive integral solutions, and it is the 3n dimensional case, and it is having a radius of root E star. Okay, because our starting expression is something like this one. Sigma r is equal to 1 to 3n. nr square is this 8m v raised to 2 by 3 e by h square. We called it as E star. So this is equation of a 3n dimensional sphere of radius root E star. Radius root E star. So what is the volume of a 3n dimensional sphere? R radius you replaced with root E star. N you replaced with 3n. Then the earlier equation V equal to pi raised to n by 2 r raised to n by 2 factorial becomes pi raised to 3n by 2 E star raised to 3n by 2 divided by 3n by 2 factorial. Okay, this is the total volume, but we are looking for positive integral solutions. What does it mean? Suppose you consider a two-dimensional case. In the axis you have nx and ny. We are looking for only positive integral values of nx and ny. Positive values means only the first quadrant. That is 1 by 4th total area. 1 by 4 I can write it as 1 by 2 square. So 2 dimension means 1 by 2 square into total area. For a 3 dimension, only positive values are allowed, means you have to take only the first octant. Okay, first octant, that is nx ny nz are positive. That is 1 by 8 of total volume. 3 dimensional പറയുമ്പോൾ 1 by 8 of total volume. 1 by 8 നെ എനിക്ക് 1 by 2 cube എന്ന് എഴുതാം. So 2 dimension ആകുമ്പോൾ 1 by 2 square of total area മതി. 3 dimensional ആകുമ്പോൾ 1 by 2 cube of total volume മതി. കാരണം നമ്മൾ നോക്കുന്നത് പോസിറ്റീവ് ഇന്റഗ്രൽ വാല്യൂസ് ആണ് nx ny nz ന്. അങ്ങനെയാണ് 3n dimension നമുക്ക് number of microstates എഴുതുന്ന സമയത്ത് it is just 1 by 2 raised to 3n. 1 by 2 raised to 3n into this volume. Okay, this volume. Now you can substitute for E star as 8m v raised to 2 by 3 e by h square raised to 3n by 2. And this 8 you can write it as 2 into 4, and 4 raised to 3n by 2. 4 raised to 3n by 2 is nothing but 2 raised to 3n. And that 2 raised to 3n in the numerator will cancel with this denominator 2 raised to 3n. And rearranging, you will get v by h cube raised to n. Here you have a v raised to 2 by 3. Whole raised to 3n by 2 gives you a v raised to n. H square raised to 3n by 2 will give you h raised to 3n. And here 2 into 4, 4 raised to 3n by 2 cancelled with this 2 raised to 3n. Then remaining is 2m e raised to 3n by 2, pi raised to 3n by 2. Combined, you can write 2 pi m e raised to 3n by 2 divided by 3n by 2 factor. This is the number of microstates with energy of particle varying from 0 to e, 0 to a maximum value of e. This is the total number of microstates for n particles occupying a volume v, and energy can vary from 0 to e. Now we have Stirling's formula. What is Stirling's formula? Log n factorial is approximately n log n minus n, and this is true for n very much greater than 1. And what is the range of that n for this to satisfy? Okay, or for negligible error, in what range we can use this formula? ഏത് range of n ൽ നമുക്ക് ഫോർമുല യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം? ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട് കുറേ വാല്യൂ. n 5 ആവുമ്പോൾ log n ഫാക്ടോറിയലിന്റെ വാല്യൂ ആണ് 4.7874. n log n minus n ന്റെ വാല്യൂ ആണ് 3.047. error നോക്കുക 36.3%. If you increase n to 50, okay, 5ൽ നിന്ന് 50ലേക്ക് മാറ്റിയാൽ log n factorial 148.477, n log n minus n is 145.6. Error is just 1.9%. If you increased it to further to 100, then error is only 0.8%. And we are dealing with the numbers of the order 10 to the power 23. Okay, not of the order of 100 or 1000. We are dealing with the numbers of the order 10 raised to 23. So we can safely use Stirling's approximation. Log n factorial. Whenever you have a log n factorial, you can replace it with n log n minus n. Throughout the statistical course, we will use this relation. So we are calculating log sigma, that is logarithm of number of microstates, because in the Boltzmann entropy relation we have S equal to K log omega. So log of sigma, take the logarithm of this expression, okay, that is V by h cube raised to n becomes n log V by h cube, and this becomes 3n by 2 log 2 pi me, and divided by 3n by 2 factorial, I can write it as minus log 3n by 2 factorial is 3n by 2 log 3n by 2 minus 3n by 2, Stirling's approximation. Okay, then solve this, n log V by h cube 3n by 2 log 2 pi me. ഈ 3n by 2 രണ്ടിലും ഉണ്ട്, ഇവിടെ രണ്ട് ലോഗരിതം ടേം ഉണ്ട്, രണ്ടിലും 3n by 2 ഉണ്ട്. Log a minus log b is log a by b. This minus and minus becomes plus 3n by 2. So log sigma is n log v by h cube into 4 pi me by 3n raised to 3 by 2 plus 3n by 2. Now we will go back to our original problem. It was calculation of omega, number of microstates, for a system of total energy E and number of particles n and volume V. It is omega nV. And we have seen that it is nothing but number of positive integral lattice points on the surface of a 3n dimensional sphere of radii 8 pi v raised to 2 by 3 e by h square raised to half. But we have seen that a very small variation in energy will make a large variation in omega. So due to this irregular nature of omega, we calculated sigma of NVE. Sigma of NVE is the total number of lattice points, integral lattice points, positive integral lattice points on and inside a 3n dimensional sphere. On and inside a 3n dimensional sphere. So it is much less irregular compared to omega. Okay, we already calculated this sigma. But our original problem was for an isolated system, calculate the number of microstates. But a strictly isolated system is not possible. Practically all system will have some fluctuation of energy. So now we are going to calculate the number of microstates for a system whose energy fluctuates between E minus delta by 2 and E plus delta by 2. Okay, a real system will have some energy fluctuation. Suppose our energy can vary between E minus delta by 2 and E plus delta by 2. Then the number of microstates is denoted as gamma. Gamma NVE is the number of positive integral lattice points on a shell of inner radius E minus delta by 2 and outer radius E plus delta by 2. Now consider this shell of thickness DE. The average radius is E. So this is E minus DE by 2 and this outer one is E plus DE by 2. What is the volume of this shell? The volume of sphere of radius E is 4 by 3 pi E cube. The shell volume can be calculated using this expression. dV is equal to dou V by dou E into dE. This is V. Take partial derivative with respect to E. You will get 4 by 3 pi into E cube. Derivative is 3E square into dE. 3 and 3 will cancel. You will get 4 pi E square dE. 4 pi E square dE is the volume of this shell. Volume of this shell. So in a similar manner, we can calculate gamma. Gamma of NVE delta, here spacing is delta, is nothing but dou by dou E of sigma into delta. Similar fashion as dou V by dou E into dE, you can write it as dou sigma by dou E into delta. So this delta into dou by dou E of sigma we already calculated as this V by H cube raised to N 2 pi M raised to 3N by 2 divided by 3N by 2 factorial E raised to 3N by 2. Take derivative with respect to E. All these are constants. Take outside. E raised to 3N by 2. Derivative is 3N by 2 E raised to 3N by 2 minus 1. Okay. This you can rearrange it as delta into 3 by 2n, e 3 by 2n. Then e raised to 3n minus 2 minus 1 നെ e raised to 3n by 2 അവിടെ നിർത്തിയാൽ e raised to minus 1 എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഡിവൈഡഡ് ബൈ e ആണ്. അതിവിടെ വന്നു. ബാക്കിയുള്ള ഫാക്ടർ എല്ലാം കൂടെ സിഗ്മ തന്നെയാണ്. ഇതിന്റെ ലോഗരിതം എടുക്കുക. ലോഗ് ഗാമ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു ലോഗ് സിഗ്മ പ്ലസ് ലോഗ് 3n by 2 പ്ലസ് ലോഗ് ഡെൽറ്റ ബൈ e. This delta is very small compared to our total energy. This delta width is very small compared to our total energy. So when you take a logarithm, this last two times log 3n by 2 and log delta by e. Log delta by e is very small because delta by e is very small. So logarithm will be much smaller. Now what about log 3n by 2? There is a 3n by 2 outside the curly bracket. Compared to 3n by 2, log 3n by 2 will be very small. If you have 1000, then what is the logarithm of 1000? Logarithm of 1000 is 3. This is a natural logarithm. It will be 2.303 times. So, compared to original value, logarithm will be very small. So, you have a 3n by 2 outside the bracket. So, compared to this 3n by 2, this log 3n by 2 is much smaller. So, the terms inside curly bracket will not contribute much to the log gamma. So, that term is nothing but, this first term is nothing but log sigma. So, we can say that log gamma is approximately equal to log sigma. Okay, log gamma is approximately equal to log sigma is equal to n log v by h cube 4 pi me by 3n whole raised to 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2n, because the terms inside curly brackets are very small compared to the terms outside. Okay, now I will conclude this session by saying a last remark. We calculated three types of number of microstates. The first one is sigma. It is number of microstates for n particle occupying a volume V and having an energy vary from 0 to E. Then gamma, it is number of microstates for n particle occupying a volume V and energy lies between E minus delta by 2 and E plus delta by 2. Omega, number of microstates for n particle occupying volume V and energy value exactly E. And all these three will give you the same number in the asymptotic limit of energy. That is, when energy tends to infinity, all the three are approximately the same. Okay, I will show you that by a simple example. Consider a two-dimensional case. Consider a two-dimensional case. All points below a certain energy E, that is a range of energy from 0 to E. You can count this number. There are 40 number of points. Total number of points are 40. So that is the number of microstates. Okay, that is number sigma. Okay, all the number of microstates lying between an energy 0 and E. 0 and E. It is 40. Now you consider a shell of thickness delta. Okay, that is number of microstates lying between two values, say E minus delta by 2 to E plus delta by 2. And we can consider that delta at different regions. For the maximum value of energy, if you consider that width delta, you have 10 points. If you consider that delta for a little lower energy, then for the same width, you will have 7 points in this region. For the same width, for a lower energy, you have 5 points. That means of the total 40 points, maximum contribution is come from the neighborhood of E. In the neighborhood of E, if you consider a shell of width delta, that will contribute about 25% in this figure. And for energy less than that, it will contribute only 17.5. For still lower energy, it will contribute only 12.5%. So in the limit E tends to infinity, the shell in the neighborhood of energy E will contribute maximum number of points, or we can say that almost entire fraction of points are contributed by this neighborhood. Okay, so instead of taking the whole number of points, it is just enough to consider the number of points in the outer shell. In the limit E tends to infinity, this is for a very low value of energy. In the limit E tends to infinity, you can see that this contribution will increase. അതിനുവേണ്ടിയാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ വാല്യൂസ് കാണിച്ചത്. എനർജി കൂടുന്നതനുസരിച്ച് കോൺട്രിബ്യൂഷൻ കൂടിക്കൂടി വരുന്നത് കാണാം. 12.5 to 17.5, then to 25%. If you further increase energy, that percentage will increase. And eventually, in the asymptotic limit, E tends to infinity, you can say that almost all the data points come from the immediate neighborhood of E. So, we can say that the number of microstates increases with energy E in a very rapid rate, such that even if we allow all values of energy between 0 and E, it is only immediate neighborhood of E that makes most of the contribution. And so we can take either log omega or log sigma for the calculation of number of microstates. And the important fact is that we are considering only the logarithm of this number, So we can safely neglect even the width of that neighborhood. Most of the contribution is come from just that particular energy. In the asymptotic limit, we are considering only log of that number. So we can say that the entire contribution is come from that particular energy itself. So it is enough to calculate the value of log gamma or log sigma for calculating the number of microstates omega. So our final answer is log gamma, which is equivalent to log sigma. It is equal to or approximately equal to n log v by h cube into 4 pi me divided by 3n all raised to 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2n. This number we will use for calculation of entropy, and that we will do in the next